much more likely to penetrate, which is exactly what they did in the 13th minute. Captain Rob McCusker receiving the short pass from Shingler to dive over for the first try of the season. What a try it was for the home supporters to celebrate. A really well controlled scrummage set the platform before scrum half Gareth Davies made a truly brilliant break, catching the Treviso defence flat-footed and leaving a trail of green and white jerseys in his wake. On 14 minutes it was try number 2 for the home side. Once again their scrum was in control. They won this one against the head, and this time Davies only had to drop over the line for his and Scarlets' second try of the game. Friesland's boot to keep them in touch. On the half-hour mark he landed another penalty to bring it back to 17-6. And it was game on 6 minutes before the break when Davies fed fellow international Scott Williams, who showed good footwork to cross the line for Scarlets' first try of the night. 5 minutes before the break and restored to 15 once more, Scarlets got the first try of the game. Scrum half Rhodri Williams fed Priestland, who in turn put Nick Reynolds away in the corner. A well-worked try and Priestland's conversion. Even though Barkley was cooling his heels in the bin, Scarlets still managed to overcome their numerical disadvantage to run in another try. Jordan Williams' name has Formula 1 connotations, and he revved his engines to outrun the Scottish defence and score a tremendous try in the corner. Priestland missed the conversion, but Scarlets led 15 points to 9. In a game of 4 yellow cards, Edinburgh forward WP Nell was next to fall foul of the officials 15 minutes from time, and the final score of the match came for the visitors in the 72nd minute. Co-captain John Davies rounding off the evening with a try after a horror mistake by Lee Jones.
Priestland. Wales, he was the starting scrum half, and of course they got to the final. Mike Brown, Liam Williams, solid and caught by Brown. Now here's Jonathan Davis, who started all 3 Lions tests in the summer against Australia. Josh Turnbull, good offload. Here's Rhys Priestland. Now Christian Phillips back in the side. And here's Rhys Priestland. He's got support from Rhodri Williams inside. Rhodri Williams for the line. And the Scarlets leave a vapour trail. But that's a skill. Scott Williams, little dummy. Oh, they've bought it. They've bought it. Hook, line and sinker to continue the fishing analogy. And Scott Williams goes all the way. Further emerging Springbok now, penalty advantage to the Scarlets. Here is Shingler to his brother Aaron, Steve to Aaron, now Jordan Williams. He has fabulous feet as Jordan Williams, and Jordan Williams, he is like an electric shock.
Et le ballon qui est gratté là par John Barclay, récupéré peut-être par les Racingmen. Non, finalement c'est un contre-ruck favorable aux Scarlets. Priestland.
Priestland qui a du mal sur son jeu au pied, mais attention
un peu
au rebond.
court, avec peut-être un rebond favorable aux Scarlets, avec Jonathan Davies qui est venu à hauteur. Jonathan Davies qui peut peut-être retrouver Scott Williams. Oh, c'est l'essai des Gallois, l'essai de Scott Williams. On avance pour les Scarlets au lancer, Emir Phillips. La belle balle de Earl. Le ballon porté qui essaie de s'enclencher. Il y a la pression de Kruger qui connaît bien ses phases de jeu. Kruger, use it, il faut l'utiliser, nous dit Monsieur Patterson. C'est ce que fait Rhodri Williams, le jeune Emmanuel qui a passé. Oh, l'essai! Oh, l'essai!
They maintained that advantage for just 7 minutes before Scarlets hit back for a try of their own. Davies with one little dummy sending the Italians the wrong way, and the scrum half's excellent sniping run took him under the posts for the visitors' first try of the night. The conditions made life difficult for the players. It took until the 23rd minute before Scarlets equalised when Stephen Shingler kicked a penalty. But the home side were dominating possession and territory and eventually got their reward just past the half-hour mark when substitute John Barkley got the touchdown after an impressive rolling maul from the men in blue. Ulster unable to stop this Welsh juggernaut. We would see them going in at half-time ahead, but just before the break, Scarlets made a hugely significant breakthrough. Pro 12 debutant Frazier Climo burst through for a try. A hugely significant moment for him too. Having finished the first half strongly, Scarlets picked up where they left off in the second. On 47 minutes, hooker Kirby Myhill used his strength to get over for try number 2 for the Welsh. A first ever Pro 12 try for the man from Carmarthen. In 4 minutes, that lead was stretched to 24-9 as scrum half Gareth Davies cleverly got over for a third try for his side. That was his 4th try of the season already. Thomas's conversion was good and it left Connacht on the ropes. With Leinster still down to 14, there was a chink of light for Scarlets into the second half. Scrum half Gareth Davies found a little gap between Owen Redden and Madigan to get over for the try. Then with Leinster on the attack, Scarlets managed to capitalise on a loose ball, and so began the long charge downfield. Sub Jordan Williams with the delicious reverse pass. Adam Warren took it on before Frazier Climo offered an outlet. It looked as though the break may have run out of steam when Jordan Williams was swallowed up, but they managed to recycle it once again, and centre Gareth Moll dived over the line for a great score for the Welsh. And Scarlets also got in the act in injury time when centre Adam Warren skated over for his side's 3rd try of the night. Some tired defending from the Leinster rearguard and a consolation score for the Welshmen.
De l'apathie des Clermontois pour relancer rapidement le relais avec Scott Williams, puis Liam Williams, Friesland enfin, et Gareth Small qui aplatit à la dernière seconde de la supériorité numérique.
There was something for the crowd to get excited about in the second half, but it was the away supporters who were on their feet. Christian Phillips made the initial break from deep inside his own half. Eventually, Thomas jinked his way through the Munster defensive line before drawing the tackler and offloading to John Barclay, who had a clear run under the posts for the first try.
Des à peu près, des en avant qui ont permis aux Gallois de rester dans le match et même de le gagner suite à cet essai d'un autre Phillips, un autre Gallois là aussi, l'ailier Christian Phillips des Scarlets. Score final 19-13 pour
Friesland. Leighton switches it. Break down centre field is a beauty here by Jordan Williams. Here's a great chance for the Scarlets. What a try! Gareth Davies with the touchdown. What a score! A really important time for the Scarlets to get a score as we come up to the interval.
I think it's Ward who came through there to pinch that for the Quins when they looked like they were in real trouble.
Schindler went charging in. Did he get the try?
That is a try all day long. A brilliant piece of play from Schindler. Brilliant.
Davis pops to the Phil John. Samson Lee in close support as well. Scott Williams.
Stay close. Balls away, go. Happy Jace, yeah? Sorry, bud. Tackle and release. Good turnover. Happy Jace? Yep.
On 25 minutes came the first try of the game. A controlled maul close to the Italians' line gave the defenders all sorts of problems, and hooker Kirby Myhill, who celebrated his 22nd birthday this week, was able to get the touchdown amongst a forest of bodies. Good work by the Scarlets pack, but just before half-time the visitors conjured a second try. They moved the ball at pace from one side of the pitch to the other, And with the home defence stretched, Frazier Climo managed to dive over in the corner for the Welsh side's second try of the game. Build on that, but 2 minutes into the half, Andrea Pratiketti's pass was intercepted by Climo, who raced away unchallenged for his second score of the afternoon. Before this game, the boot of Bergqvist was keeping Treviso in touch. He landed another penalty to make it 12-20 before Scarlets once again got over for a try to extend their lead. Christian Phillips with a brilliant run from inside his own half and great support play from Gareth Davies. The number 9, the top try scorer in the league, so obtained at the Stadio Monego, and that wasn't the end of the try scoring. 63 minutes, Scarlets struck again, Gary Owen doing well initially before finding Phillips, who sprinted away and over the line for a splendid score. It was a bit of breathing space for the visitors and a simple game that was very open. Scarlets managed to create one more try, and it was one that put clear distance between the sides. With just 2 minutes remaining, fullback Jordan Williams saw a gap and went for it, getting over for a match-clinching try. The Welshmen getting a real foothold in the game, and just past the half-hour mark they went in front. The home side spreading the ball wide, and when Frazier Climo set Jordan Williams away, the full-back wasn't going to be stopped. Thomas converted for 13 points to 10. Then just a minute before the half-time break, Scarlets were back in front when Williams got over for his and his team's second try of the afternoon. Really good work from the number 15, and although Thomas missed the conversion, Scarlets were 18-13 ahead at half-time. Target with the conversion, but it was 18-all. Midway through the second half, Scarlets were back in front again. Adam Warren getting over for his side's third try of the afternoon. Warren's second try of the campaign. The home side were continuing to dominate, and they finally got the points that pressure warranted when, off the back of a powerful rolling maul, the league's top try scorer, Gareth Davies, notched his 7th of the season. The scrum half showing nimble footwork and a neat turn of pace. A minute later, John Barkley did really well to anticipate Duncan Williams' pass, and the big Scottish international raced to the line like a thoroughbred after a super interception. Scarlets back in front thanks to this fine piece of opportunism from there was still time for Scarlets to strike, and the league's leading try scorer Gareth Davies takes much of the credit. The Welshmen did extremely well to turn the ball over in Ulster territory, and Davies used his speed to outpace Pienaar and get the touchdown for his 8th try of the league campaign. Start to the game. From deep, the men in red ran the ball. Priestland's ambitious pass to Jonathan Davies, who picked out Jordan Williams, who in turn gave it back to Davies, the centre getting over for a brilliant score. After the restart, Scarlets piled on the pressure, and eventually the dam burst in the 49th minute. Scrum half, Gareth Davies was the man to take advantage of the opening under the posts for his 9th try of the season, and a score that put daylight between the sides. Priestland converted, and Scarlets had a 20 points to 6 advantage. Confidence was now coursing through the Scarlets players' veins, and they went on to score another brilliant try soon after, starting on their very own try line with Liam Williams making the early running before finding Priestland. He made ground before passing to Christian Phillips. The right winger doing really well to evade the tacklers before picking out Josh Turnbull, and the flanker had clear ground to run into. The big number 6 showing his pursuers a clean pair of heels for a spectacular Scarlet. There was still time for more drama in the closing moments. First, Scarlet sub Gareth Maul got over under the posts to give the home side the insurance score. 3 minutes after the break and still down to 14, Scarlets opened up. Liam Williams picked out his namesake Jordan, and the winger from Swansea was in the clear all the way to the line for a fine try behind the posts. And on 51 minutes, Scarlets huffed and puffed and eventually got their reward when substitute hooker Ken Owens forced his way across the whitewash for a try. 21 points to 13. Priestland added a penalty for 24-13 to give Scarlets some penalty. However, Scarlets got the break they were looking for in the 33rd minute when Dan Fish's kick was blocked down. And although Jake Ball was ankle tapped, he was able to find Rhys Priestland, who ran clear for Scarlets' first score of the match. Tension was high with a lot at stake, and it wasn't until 9 minutes from time when the next score arrived. Scarlets worked a beautifully controlled maul that Blues struggled to cope with, and hooker Ken Owens dived over for the try from close range. The home side did eventually get a foothold in the game, and as they pressed the Dragons, it was big Jake Ball who picked and dived for the line before stretching to just about get the touchdown. Priestland added a penalty on 24 minutes for 10-3 before the most prolific try scorer in the league, Gareth Davies, ran in for a fine score. Just past the half-hour mark, Scarlets went into overdrive with a brilliant score. The move started inside their own half. Great speed, precise passing and excellent support play before sending winger Jordan Williams away for a lovely score, and one that put clear daylight between the men in red and Dragons. And 2 minutes after the restart, Burton kicked to make it 24-16. But on 47 minutes, Scarlets settled the nerves when hooker Ken Owens got over for a try. The home side got off to a good start with a Rhodri Williams try in the 13th minute. Rhys Priestland passed to big Jake Ball, who skipped through the Blues' defensive line before serving the score on a plate to Williams. 4 minutes after the restart, Scarlets fullback Liam Williams showed his international class with a quite brilliant finish as the Blues defenders grasped at thin air. One for the home supporters to get excited about. Really clinical finishing from Williams sealed the win 5 minutes from time in bizarre fashion as Gareth Davies and everyone else seemed to stop before continuing on, and Shingler raced away to get over the line for the try.